Hello everyone, it's Daily Space Observations, and yes, I know, it's been a while. I'm sorry, I should have kept you all updated about where I am, and I did not. That's on me. But what I can say now is that I will be uploading consistently from here on out. I'll be aiming for once a day. I may not always be able to do that, but I'll be trying my best now. I can promise you that. So, with that out of the way, let's start our third episode of Space News. So, for our first article of the video, we have mysterious dwarf planet-sized asteroid is hidden in our solar system, study suggests. This sounds interesting. I know I'm sure a lot of you have heard all these speculations of there being a ninth planet in the solar system and there being actual evidence and stuff. Sadly, we never found out if that was true. Maybe those studies got abandoned for some reason. But even if this isn't an official planet, it's still cool to find out that there would be another dwarf planet in the solar system. You know, dwarf planets are cool. Pluto's a dwarf planet, as I'm sure you know. So I say we just jump right into it. This is by a UK-run news website called The Independent. Don't know him, and the person who wrote this is named Andrew Griffin. Seems pretty legit because they mention real people and real statistics, so I'ma trust him on this. Our solar system appears to be home to a huge and unknown dwarf planet-sized asteroid, according to a new study. A small shard of meteorite that arrived on Earth in 2008 appears to have come from the asteroid, according to researchers who have studied the sample. The parent asteroid appears to be roughly the size of Ceres. The dwarf planet is the biggest object in the asteroid belt, the researchers say. It also appears to have been formed around water and under some pressure they found. Meteors and meteorites can provide a key way of understanding more about our solar system, since they come from asteroids that are left over from the formation of our planet and its neighborhood. While many are left in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, others have been broken up and sent pieces into the inner solar system. One of those pieces arrived 12 years ago and has been used to study the still mysterious large parent asteroid that appears to be hiding in our solar system. The shard of the meteorite known as Almahata Sitta, or AHS, was already notable. It arrived on Earth in 2008 when a 9-ton asteroid came into Earth's atmosphere and exploded into some 600 meteorites somewhere over Sudan. It was the first time that scientists had been able to predict an asteroid impact before it actually happened. That meant they were able to scoop up 23 pounds of samples, which have been the object of scientific study in the time since. We were allocated a 50 milligram sample of AHS to study, said SWRI staff scientist Dr. Vicky Hamilton, first author of a paper published in Nature Astronomy, in a statement. We mounted and polished the tiny shard and used an infrared microscope to examine its composition. Spectral analysis identified a range of hydrated minerals, in particular amphibole, which points to intermediate temperatures and pressures and a prolonged period of aqueous alteration on a parent asteroid at least 400 and up to 1,100 miles in diameter. Such amphiboles are rare in meteors like Almahata Sitta, which are known as carbonaceous chondrite and serve as a record of the earliest stages of the universe. As such, it could offer a new source of information about the materials that were present in the early solar system. So that is the end of the article. I'd say it's a pretty good one, although I still hold my skepticism as to why they could not spot an asteroid possibly over 1,000 miles in diameter. with a telescope, because we have some very strong telescopes now, including the Hubble and some others. So this could be just false, not as in false information. This just could be wrong, and it could be a wrong theory in general, but it's still a very interesting one, and I hope that it's true, because I don't know, I think it's been a while since we've discovered a new big object in the solar system. Ever since Pluto, like with that whole thing, is it a planet? Is it not a planet? I'm just excited if we get another object in there. I think that would be really cool. And I think that would be a perfect way to start off 2021 with a new fella in the solar system. I think that'll be all, and I will move on to the next article. So for our second and final article, it is titled, "What the f***? Newly discovered ghostly circles in the sky can't be explained by current theories, and astronomers are excited." By Ray Norris of Singularity Hub. Pretty nice name. In September 2019, my colleague Anna Kapinska gave a presentation showing interesting objects she'd found while browsing our new radio astronomical data. She had started noticing very weird shapes she couldn't fit easily to any known type of object. Among them, labeled by Anna as "What the f***," was a picture of a ghostly circle of radio emission hanging out in space like a cosmic smoke ring. None of us had ever seen anything like it before, and we had no idea what it was. A few days later, our colleague Emil Lenk found a second one, even more spooky than Anna's. So as you can see, this is the so-called object that they were talking about. It looks a little like a nebula, except not quite. There's something off about it. You could see there are like splotches of dark in there. Doesn't look like your average nebula would, like the Orion Nebula or the Horsehead or the Crab Nebula. Doesn't look like a real nebula. As you can see right here, there appears to be a relatively large galaxy beside it, and that's the picture. Oh, here, the ghostly Orc 1 blue-green fuzz on a backdrop of the galaxies at optical wavelengths. There's an orange galaxy at the center of the Orc, but we don't know whether it's part of the Orc or just a chance coincidence. Image by Barbel Korobalski based on SCAP data. Anna and Emil had been examining the new images from our pilot observations for the Evolutionary Map of the Universe (EMU) project, made with CSIRO's revolutionary new Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder (ASCAP) telescope. EMU plans to boldly probe parts of the universe where no telescope has gone before. It can do so because ASCAP can survey large swathes of the sky very quickly, probing to a depth previously only reached in tiny areas of sky, and being especially sensitive to faint, diffuse objects like these. I predicted a couple of years ago this exploration of the unknown would probably make unexpected discoveries, which I called WTFs. But none of us expected to discover something so unexpected, so quickly. Because of the enormous data volumes, I expected the discoveries would be made using machine learning, but these discoveries were made with good old-fashioned eyeballing. So I'm sure you're thinking now, what is an orc? And I have no idea, and by the sounds of it, so doesn't the author of this article. So I'll continue on for this section called Hunting Orcs, and then I'll stop here, talk about it, and then end the video off. So, our team searched the rest of the data by eye, and we found a few more of the mysterious round blobs. We dubbed them orcs, which stands for odd radio circles, but the big question is, of course, what are they? At first, we suspected an imaging artifact, perhaps generated by a software error, but we soon confirmed they are real, using other radio telescopes. We still have no idea how big or how far away they are. They could be objects in our galaxy, perhaps a few light years across, or they could be far away in the universe and maybe millions of light years across. When we look in images taken with optical telescopes at the position of orcs, we see nothing. The rings of radio emission are probably caused by clouds of electrons, but why don't we see anything in visible wavelengths of light? We don't know, but finding a puzzle like this is the dream of every astronomer. Wow, so what an article, huh? For all we know, they might have just made some kind of scientific revolution. They might have just started like the new era of astronomy. Who knows? These orcs look very interesting. They're like, by what I got so far, they're like nebulae, except you can't see them with normal telescopes, and they don't quite look like nebulae. But, of course, I can't read through this whole article. It is too long. I can assure you that I will read the rest of it after finishing this recording, and you can too by clicking on the link of this article that I will have below in the description, if you like, of course. So, what are my final thoughts? Both of these discoveries sound cool. They sound awesome. I'm really just excited to see what all these people find, if there is indeed a dwarf planet, if these orcs are anything special, if they will become their own category of objects. I'm really excited for what comes next for both of these. So with that said, I will see you all next time. Sorry for the lack of my face. I don't have my proper equipment on me right now, but I think you'll see me pretty soon. Anyways, have a good one, fellas, and peace out.